Hi everyone, this is Robin from Empower Coaching, and today I would like to talk to you about setting up a LinkedIn account. I do come across some clients who have never created their profile, so I just want to walk you through some do's and don'ts on LinkedIn today. First of all, when you go to join LinkedIn, all you need is your email address and your password. I strongly recommend not using a work or company email address because what happens is you eventually move on, you don't stay at the same company, and now you're locked out. And by the way, when you set up this account, they send you a verification email to your personal email address, you verify it, and then you start populating the content in your profile. So that's all. It's very easy. It's free. It does offer you to connect to your Facebook connections, to your mobile phone connections if you download the app on your phone. You do not have to do that. I would keep it very simple at first and just make sure you see that it gives you the option to skip those things, and you can do that. So now let's say that you've now created your personal email, and make sure it's a professional email. It's not hotlips@hotmail.com, but it's a professional name within the email address, and your password, because that might be a visible contact field for other recruiters or job employers that might be seeing that when they look at your LinkedIn profile. Okay, so now let's switch gears, and I'm just going to sign into my account, and we'll talk about the most important areas that you need to populate. Now, I'm going to go to my profile. So let's assuming all of this stuff is blank besides my name. And I want to go to my profile. The first thing I would recommend that you do so that it doesn't start sending out alerts to your connections, because LinkedIn is very smart, go here on this page on view and edit your public profile, and just click on off so that your profile is not visible. That way you can have a few days, a few weeks, whatever you need to actually build all of the content into your profile. The next thing, I would try to customize your URL. So I won't go into all the detail on that, but just try to make it show just your name. Usually it defaults with like 9 digits and your name. So you want to take those digits out, especially if you have a unique name. Now, the next thing to go back into your profile information is to create a headline that's a bit catchy. It's not a job title, and it's not seeking a new position or open to opportunities, because that sometimes causes a red flag to employers and recruiters, and they might look at how long you've been looking, and if it's like more than 6 months or a year, they might think something's wrong. So I wouldn't call their attention to that. Make sure in the suburb section that you actually click and choose the metropolitan area, not the home suburb, because that limits you and people can discriminate based on your home suburb. Make sure that your resume is already done, and then it's easy to fill out the work history. So you would have the exact same jobs that are in your resume in your LinkedIn, and they do compare it sometimes, and if there is a mismatch, they think you're hiding something or you're not attention to detail, they will discard your application. And don't be fooled that they don't look at your LinkedIn profile. They do, and you may never know it because they pay a premium subscription to do that. So you want to do a headline, you want to do just the basic information. I don't make my phone number visible. That's a personal choice as well. You can just have an email address if they're connected to you. Do they have access to that? The next thing that's really important is the about summary. And this is a very personal, this isn't a summary of necessarily of all your resume, because they can look at your work history. It's more about you personally, what motivates you, what are you passionate about, just a bit about your story really. And so the more different you can make it in terms of describing your personal journey and the things that you love doing, is more interesting reading to others. And so this gives a flavor of your personality, but it should be written in first person as if you're speaking to someone or to a friend. And it should be free of typos and those types of things. But there's lots of ways to do this as long as it gives them a personal flavor of who you are. So that's very important. You do need to fill that out. And I can help you write that. And then, of course, you can put your education, you can put other short courses that you've done. I encourage you to do that. You can put volunteer organizations that don't worry about the skills and endorsement, and don't worry about the recommendations just starting out. But most people should be able to get 50 connections just through like the gym, the hairdresser, the schools that you might be associated with through your kids, people that you used to go to school with, or people that you used to work with. So most people should be able to drum up 50 connections. I do encourage you to send like a little personal message when you are linking in with others, but obviously you don't want to start doing that until you've kind of built your profile. The last thing that we haven't talked about is your photo. Your photo needs to be warm and engaging. That means you need to smile. Even if you don't love your teeth, don't love your smile, it needs to look like you're approachable and that people would like to work with you. And if you can, take that photo. It doesn't have to be a professional photo, but take it like at the end of the day when the light, like an hour before sunset, and take it not in full sunlight on your face in a bit of shade, but there's some warm light that makes you look more glowing and fresh. And I've got a whole presentation that I'm happy to share with you if you like, that gives all the much more detailed tips and do's and don'ts on here are some bad photos. I've got a whole presentation that talks about that. So I'm happy to email that to you if you would like access to it. I think that's it for now, and I appreciate you watching. I hope you all stay safe and well. Bye.